After Mike Pence gave his speech on Friday where he said that Trump is wrong and that it's un-American to suggest that any one person can pick the president instead of the people, Steve Bannon was actually the first to speak out. Even before Donald Trump issued his little statement, Steve Bannon did what he always does, goes on his podcast, and issues what many believe to be a bit of an ominous warning to Mike Pence, almost borderline a threat, when he said, "You're going to carry this thing eventually to your grave, okay? Because it is a mark of shame. My head's blowing up here. I can't take Pence." So you say you can't take him. Then you're warning him he's going to take this to his grave. It's a mark of shame. Mark. Grave. I can't take this. You know, to the people that listen to Steve Bannon's podcast, any one of those words or phrases right there could be considered a code. And we have seen that, of course, plenty of times in other situations. We have seen it with the Q people. They believe everything is coded language. Everything is some kind of secret instruction. So whether Bannon was intending to or not, he could have basically just planted the seeds in the heads of some of his listeners that this is what I want you to do. Now, I don't think it's going to rise to that level, to be perfectly honest with you. But I do think that it is absolutely absurd for somebody like Bannon to continue trying to keep this thing alive. And I know that he's clearly doing it for ratings, okay? Let's be crystal clear about that. Steve Bannon is not a stupid person. He's an evil bastard, much like Mitch McConnell actually, but he's still intelligent enough to know what he is doing. So no, I don't think for a second that Steve Bannon actually believes most of what he says on his show. And that's actually a compliment to Steve Bannon to say those things. But he knows what his base is. He knows who his base is. He knows what to say. He knows which conspiracies to push. Because if he were to drop them, or if he were to come out and say, hey, we're moving on from the 2020 election, he's going to lose a large chunk of his audience. If he doesn't get them enraged and say that, oh, Pence is going to take this to his grave, then his audience tunes out. They thrive on being angry. That is what drives them each and every day. They have to feel that outrage. They have to have somebody to get mad at. They have to have somebody to blame for all of the perceived ills in their lives. And Steve Bannon is doing a bang-up job of getting them to blame Mike Pence for all of this, even though none of it is his fault. Nevertheless, the language that Bannon used was in fact careless. Because again, we have seen what deranged Trump supporters can do. We've seen it in the past. We've seen it in the very recent past. So best watch how you say things, Steve. These could easily come back to bite you if one of your listeners believes that that in fact was an instruction to do something to Mike Pence. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.